What's going on, guys? It's your boy James, the Forex Prince, back at it again with another video. Look, listen, I'm dropping these videos in unison. I want you to get this knowledge as best as I'm getting it. Alright, so if you here, make sure you like and share and that subscribe button. Because I'm telling you, I'm giving y'all some heat. Y'all just don't know the schedule. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. So let's get right into this video. No strategy is bulletproof. Not mine, not yours, not Bill Gates, not the president himself. Everybody make fuck ups. All right. So stop looking for something that will work all the time. The market is inconsistent. What makes you think your pocket ain't gonna be inconsistent? It's already inconsistent, brother. It's already inconsistent. We just chose to accept which inconsistencies we choose to accept. And this right here has to be. No strategy is bulletproof. All right, stop trying to avoid losses and trying to find solutions to find them. All right, you need to understand that if you took a loss, there's something to try to re-understand of how the fuck you took that loss. And I'm just being real. Sometimes, look, listen, I take losses all the time and look at them shits and be like, I ain't have to take that. All I had to do was walk my ass away from the market, like I said it was at the time, to give myself a break, but I didn't. You know what? That's the point. That's what happens. Like a member of my Discord group says, you play in that washing machine too long enough, your ass gonna get washed up. That's the truth. It happens. It happens. I could have like 6 good trades and 2 trade to take me to fuck back down to like 30% profits. Look, listen, I've been there. All right, so you got to start understanding that you can't just keep moving past those. You got to try to start understanding why that happened, and document that down to yourself if that's become a consistent problem. All right, and another thing too that I want to bring up that this video also brings up is you got to stop adding multiple strategies for different market conditions. All right, you need to be able to flow through the market. This is something that's supposed to be muscle memory. You move with price. Price don't move with time. Price moves with price in one direction. All right, it's moving left to right. That's the only direction. You need to follow price. Whatever strategy you get that can align with that and tell you what you want to tell you a lot sooner than just looking at candles, then you need to figure that out and get that done and situate it and master it. All right, and you never know, you may formulate your own strategy, which is a mix of things, which is why some people have a hard time understanding my strategy, because my strategy flows kind of through price. I'm still working on it. I master it as much as I can. I'm the sensei of it. But definitely listen, I'm telling you, it's not that hard though. My strategy ain't nothing like professional, like $1 million worth. Like I can sell it to you. I give it to you already as is. It's free. And look, listen, trust me, I'm telling you, it works. It works for the people it works for. But I'm gonna try my best to get it all reacquainted with myself. So if you're definitely watching this video, make sure you like and subscribe, because this is the point in the time where you have to accept your strategy will lose, and having losses in slowing periods, you have to accept that. That strategy may win 80% of the time, but then on its slow periods, it may lose 60% of the time. Hey, shit, that's what it is. You still got something to get you by. You need to be able to flow through this market, and that is what we are intended to do. All right, so let's try to see if we can fix that in this video just a little bit. And look, listen, this is the best places to enter trades. It's all about price positioning. A lot of people get confused that you need indicators, or you need some type of method. Oh shit, 1 second, guys. So like I was saying, guys, my bad, family come first, you know how that is. But like I said, best places to enter trades is all about price positioning. All right, most of your stop losses happen because of bad positioning. Either you buying too high, you selling too low, you entering too early or too late. So where's the best place to enter? All right, bad buys, as the market has already explained. Good buys as close to the open of and low of day. All right, if we're trading a daily candle, you need to be able to understand this. All right, you're not going to be buying in a selling market, which is the upper half of the candle, and then you're not going to be selling in a lower part of the candle, the opening and the low of day. You need to also understand these things, that price fluctuates, it flows, it regulates itself. It can't just if it was like price could regulate everything that was going on, it would literally shoot to the moon every day. It would never come down. Shoot to the moon. What? Listen, I'm telling you, this is the way price has to regulates. It gets to a point, and that's where we get in. We buy and we sell those points. All right, you are to sell the points in price. Listen, all right, you see it. Up top, we are at good sell towards liquidity. You see that low, that level? You don't have to draw any lines. You see how many times this candle's in that just that area? I count 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. And if you really want to get technical, I got 5. But and that's it is what it is. Look, listen. Good sell towards liquidity. You would have targeted that, got those wicks, and knew that price couldn't maintain that position because how many times it has already failed that position. All right, and then you don't want to go down there at the bottom where the liquidity is actually. So you don't want to go below that because that's bad sell after liquidity taken. You know how many times price will continue to take that area and just use the volume down there to build momentum. All right, listen, you gotta know where and when. That's all this is about, is knowing where and when. That's all this is about. I'm telling you. Look, listen. All right, look at all those bad buys. You buying them. You buying. Look how high you're buying. You're trying to buy a continuation that's already exhausted itself. A bad buy above the daily open. A bad buy above and the PDH. Look, listen. That's a good buy zone. That good buy towards PDH zone, that little red line, that's a good buy zone up there. Even the second point is a good buy below the daily open because that was below the daily open. It must have been news. And then you know what else would have happened? If you look at the 4 hour, those show some good market structure there. Points that price soon is created as a supply and demand range. All right. Price bounced off of the demand range for that. That's where that area says good buy from higher low. Look, that's a demand range that price was already familiar with. Price came back down, it touched it, couldn't break back in, and it continued to break above the daily open, which would have been another good buy area. You could have bought from both those areas back on up because price is considered to be in any buying trend. All right, now look, listen. Positioning is key. Study your stop losses and where price is in terms of the macro picture. Look at the daily candle and see where your trade is positioned. Look into the 4 hour and the 1 hour candles and see the timing that you are taking the trades. Profitable trades always have good positioning. You're buying low, you're selling high, you're trading towards taking liquidity, you trade away from taking liquidity. That's all this really is, and that's basically my strategy. What does price do? What will it do here? Will it respect this level or will it reject this level? Either if I buy on the continuation, I sell off of the rejection. If I sell on the continuation, then I buy off of the rejection. That's all my strategy is. I just add the indicators to tell me exactly when and where. If I need to scalp this same position, then I will. $50 every like 10 pips. And boom, I'm in and out. Versus me holding the next 2 hour candles just to be put into a good spot high. Nah, I take either or, but it depends on the situation and market conditions. All right, so yeah, I hope we get everything in order. I hope you manage to figure out where you need to put your stop losses and your take profit. You need to target recent supply and demand zones when you're in the higher time frames, and when you're on the lower time frames, you need to target more support and resistance levels. All right, if you're good with the Fibonacci, cool. If you're not, cool. It is what it is. If you're good with putting pivot points and things like that, cool. If you're not, cool. It is what it is. You have your thing and they have their thing. Don't try to confuse everything and mix it all up and try to blend some type of perfect strategy when your strategy was probably already perfect for you, just as it was. So I hope you got this video while also making you understand that, time is of the essence. All right, some days is good, some days is bad. You can't just throw yourself in there for any good reason. You need to make sure that you can handle what's being thrown at you, and you need to adapt and react accordingly. All right, so it is what it is. I love you guys. I'm going to get you to the next video up as soon as I can. So be sure to just smash that like, subscribe, and let's check the noti bell because more videos will be coming. Just simple videos like this. Sometimes I add charts, sometimes I won't. I want to get through these videos a little bit faster, and I want you to understand the wordage and be able to absorb these screens because that's really all it is. It's that simple. That simple. God bless, guys.